Welcome back to COVID Chats. My guest today is Dr. Lee. We met over LinkedIn where he saw some of the clips from previous episodes. I'm glad he reached out as it was great talking to him and learning about the work he is doing supplying medical equipment across the globe. I want to thank him for the noble work he is doing and for taking the time to speak to me despite his extremely busy schedule. Now on to episode 26 of COVID Chats. Hello, Dr. Lee, and welcome to episode 26 of COVID Chats.
Hi, welcome, and thank you for inviting me.
Of course, yeah, it's great to have you. This is an exciting episode because, we connected on LinkedIn and, we talked a little bit about what you were doing, and it's very interesting. So, first of all, how are you, and how are things in Singapore?
I'm doing well. In Singapore is not so good. Yeah, we passed the 18,000 cases.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we are trying to minimize it and to reduce the daily cases.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are in total lockdown right now. Yeah, like most of the world.
Right.
Yeah, nothing different. We are suffering with everybody else.
Right.
On this planet right now. And
how long have you been locked down for?
we are starting the second month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Similar with me. I'm in New York City. We started
Yes.
locking down around, March 20th-ish, around
yes. Yeah, we got to that stage just a little bit after New York.
Right.
Yeah.
Where
it's basically got out of hand, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been out of hand for most countries. That's something I'm curious to talk about with you because there certainly have been some countries that have handled it, better than others. South Korea comes to mind in terms of mitigating the spread and, not too many cases. But, first, just why don't you tell everybody, what your role has been in this crisis?
Basically, my company is a multiply-discipline company, and one of our division is a healthcare division. We are working right now very intensively with 13 countries around the world in 4 continents. And we basically try to help them in the supply chain. And we are trying to work with them in a way that it's affordable. Yeah. We also offering on the top of what they are purchasing, we are donating about 10% on the top of it. Wow. Yeah. And that's help us basically, and the government especially, yeah, to spread to more people, because I believe when you're in such a crisis, most of the people that falling out of these brackets are the really poor people. Yeah, that will not go out of the house to look for a mask, or not going to doesn't have an opportunity to get the test kits, right, for example, to do the test. Yeah, so we're trying to do stuff that I believe is very unique. Yeah, and it seems that it's give us success in terms of the trust that we are winning. Yeah, so I'm speaking almost on daily basis with health minister, in some countries defense minister, because the military is taking over. Right. Yeah, to take care of those crises in the country. Yeah, and it's really for me heartbreaking to see sometimes people really desperately crying to us on the phone. Yeah, and asking how quickly we can deliver. Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes, as much as we want to do it, like the day before yesterday, right, yeah, it's just impossible. Yeah, I was talking just recently with about, including the headquarters in the United States, yeah, with 8 factories from 3M, and we're getting just negativity. Yeah, it's basically countries that have factories feeling themselves too lucky, and they're basically blocking access to other countries for important masks like 1860, which is medical grade mask for the first responders.
Right.
Yeah. So if you don't get such a mask to your first responder, yeah, it could cause basically death.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spain is the best example. Spain lost in the last 2.5 months more than 100 doctors and nurses.
Wow.
Because they didn't have the right equipment. And for me as a human being, yeah, it's a heartbreaking because it shouldn't be.
Absolutely, that's terrible.
And this disease shows, this virus is show already how much the souls of a lot of people are hurt and damaged from this virus. And recently, just from your city, yeah, I've been reading about a doctor, a 49 years old lady, yeah, that commits suicide in her home because she couldn't see the deaths anymore in New York City.
Yeah, it's tragic.
Yeah, so it takes tolls on people as first responder, yeah, that are maybe never saw something like this before.
Absolutely.
This mass deaths,
right.
Yeah,
yeah,
and some of them are strong enough to maybe not go and commit suicide or whatever, but they will we will grow up with a generation around the world with basically the same trauma that people going through when it's in a wartime or in a war zone.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've made that. Yeah, no, keep going. Sorry.
And I really, it's heartbreaking. Sometimes you hear ministers that you will never see crying to you on the phone.
Right.
I mean, that says everything.
Yeah.
Basically.
Absolutely. No, I mean it's certainly it's a tragic and traumatic event that we're living through right now. And yeah, I mean, most of these doctors and a lot of these first responders, some of them were volunteers as well, who just jumped into the scene because these hospitals are overloaded. And you're right, they've never really seen anything like this, with the ICU so overburdened with so many more people than it can handle. And it truly is, I've made that comparison before. It's as if they're at war and they're really feeling that trauma firsthand. And it will live with them, and it will live with all of us for a long time to come. Are there any stories about the work you've been doing that you can share? Maybe some positive to go along with all the horrible.
Yeah, absolutely. We are delivering to third world countries. We are now working or trying to work with the World Bank, the IFC, and a couple of other big organizations. Yeah, basically to take away the burden of those countries. Yeah, that maybe cannot finance a purchase order for 20 or 50 million.
Right.
Yeah, that those organizations will jump for them. Yeah, and purchase the stuff for them. Yeah. And this is maybe the positive, because we are trying really to reach every country, every human being on this planet,
right.
To make sure that we can help to stop this craziness. Yeah, it's for me and for my team is not about becoming wealthy from
right.
this tragedy.
Of course not.
It's we say easily, of course not, but because I see every day how many people are trying to make from this a lot of money, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people that are not from this area, yeah, they're trying to be the middleman, yeah, just to make the quick buck, yeah, and sometimes simple support to countries are getting blocked by those people because
Really?
they're not making money. They don't see themselves making money enough, yeah.
Mm.
So this is the unfortunate part
Yeah,
in the business.
totally.
Yeah, but I have a very hard working team here, yeah, that put everything aside, yeah, and working almost around the clock to do the best, yeah, to help whichever country that come to us.
Absolutely. Has the situation improved since you've started working? Do you feel like we're in a better place now than we were a month ago?
Absolutely, absolutely. We can see that the um, the spread is slowing down,
Yeah.
which is a very positive thing.
Yeah.
Uh, I always said that the way that this virus is spreading is far from being a flu,
Mm.
harmless like flu.
Yeah. Much worse.
Um, it is much more aggressive.
Right.
It can mutate himself, yeah.
Yeah.
But thank God, through the hard work of um those brave men and women, first responders, yeah, uh, we can say that it's slowing down.
Mm.
We're not over it. I believe in June, towards the end of June, we will see the peak, and then we will start to see a slow down because of the summer. Yeah.
Really? Wow.
So this, so this is how I see it right now. Yeah. I might be wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you're wrong too.
For the sake of humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now I see countries that used to be by 10 cases, 8 cases, suddenly jumping for 500.
And what are some
Yeah.
of those countries where, like,
They're spread basically everywhere. They're in Southeast Asia.
mm,
For example, the Maldives.
mm,
The Maldives, a month ago, there used to be like 8 or 6. Yeah. And now we heard that they have 519 and 100 dead. More than 100 died.
wow.
And this is a huge casualty.
Yeah, that's very high. It's very high.
And then we have countries like in Latin America, deep in Latin America, that are not in a bad shape, and then they're growing now. Yeah, so I think there is still Africa, Latin America, that are still seeing growth.
Mm,
Yeah, compared to Asia, Europe, and North America.
right.
Yeah, that's seeing a bit of decline. Yeah,
Mm,
and this is something that a little bit worries me, because it means, yeah, that um, those countries will suffer through summer. And this is the crazy in this virus is, at the beginning everybody's saying, oh, heat will kill it, yeah,
right.
or we slow it down or whatever. But then you can see in Asia Pacific, yeah, I'm in a country that the average temperature is around 85 to 90 Fahrenheit, yeah. And there's other countries that right now the temperature is almost 100 Fahrenheit,
Right.
yeah. But it still have cases and still spreading,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's somehow is very crazy.
Mm,
And I think the only way, and one country in Asia showed how to deal with it from the beginning, yeah, which is Taiwan,
mm,
yeah, that actually, although they are the nearest to China,
Yeah.
just 80 miles from the coast of China.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have just 432 cases.
Wow. What
Yeah.
did they do? What did they do to have such few cases, especially with such proximity to China?
First of all, they are lucky, I would say, from one side, because they speak the same language. Yeah. So they pick up the whistleblower before the Chinese put it down, what he was saying. The second is their vice president is a Harvard graduate, a virologist
Smart.
in virology.
Virology.
So he basically uh, ring the alarm bells very quickly. So they basically closed the border for Chinese already the end of December.
Wow.
So no Chinese could travel to Taiwan.
Wow.
Yeah. And not just from Wuhan, but also from other parts of China.
Right. And of course, China and Taiwan have a little bit of a history. So
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
So the global supply chains right now, would you say we're in a good, obviously, you know, we're in a better situation, as you said, than we were a month ago, but
we are,
yeah.
but there is still challenges. There is
Right.
still challenges. Yeah. For example, I gave you example, the 3M 1860 is almost like today a gold commodity.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like it's even more rare than gold. Yeah. And I spoke with, as I said, with 8 factories plus the headquarter, and they say that they are not even coping with the demand. They cannot produce fast enough.
Right.
Yeah, for the demand, and I think it's crazy. And I think countries like Singapore with 5.6 million people that have a factory should be more open-minded to the world and more care for the world. Yeah. And open their factory to ship to overseas. Right now, it's everything blocked. Yeah. And this is for the past 4 months. And I think it's crazy.
Why is Singapore doing that?
Because everybody is doing it, and then we should do it as well. Kind of. You know, there is no any common sense behind it, in my eyes. Yeah. Except maybe selfishness or whatever. Because to fill a demand of 5.6 million, you can do it in 2 months easily for at least 6 months, if not for a year. Yeah.
Right.
If your factory per month, yeah, manufacture 5 million.
Right. If all the factories were going together, then, you know, it would be a lot, you know, it would be much more helpful.
So if this factory, yeah, in 3 months, yeah, the supply is 3 times the population.
Wow.
The size of the subpopulation. Yeah. And that's, I think, enough. Yeah. To make sure that the first responder have enough mask. Right. 1860 mask.
Right.
Yeah.
At the very least, let's get the masks to the first responders, you know.
Yes. So it's sad, but there is no any way that I wrote a couple of times to the government in Singapore, but it seems that they are too busy and struggling after they make a crucial mistake not to force people to go in public with a mask. Yeah, and then it's hit between in 1 month it went from 100 to 1,500, and from there it's just kept going, pop, 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 pop.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, keep climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing, and it doesn't stop. And now they are saying, oh, the community cases is lower, but unfortunately the guest workers, yeah, you put the guest worker in a good position, yeah, then it will not spread so much. Yeah, I mean, they have better condition than other countries probably, but still,
Yeah.
You're putting in a small space a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah. That's just not going to
The
work.
spread, yeah, the spread is just the follow up,
Right.
so to say.
Right. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what we've seen in New York. You know, in New York City, it's such a dense area,
Exactly.
and so many people, it's
Absolutely.
smaller.
Absolutely. And it's a small, yeah, and it's a small island.
Right.
Yeah. So it's very difficult to control. So I wouldn't want to blame the government in everything. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Because it's actually it's the individuals need to follow
Yeah.
a simple habit, yeah,
Yeah.
to carry a mask in such a situation. They
Right.
don't need to get an order from the government. Hey, you need to put mask.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Right. They need to
yeah.
wear a mask and they
So
need to stay inside too. They need to know to not go
exactly,
outside. Right.
exactly. Yeah, and Singapore is very harsh. Yeah, if you break the circuit breaker, as they call it here, yeah, you will get fined.
Yeah.
And after the second fine, you will go to jail even. Yeah,
Wow.
so it's not, yeah, so it's not easy, and they're not letting you go so quickly. Yeah, and yeah, so it's really they're doing quite good job because they're now deployed a lot of doctors to those dormitories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they are trying to stem the situation.
Right.
Yeah, but you know how it is when it starts to spread. It's very hard to control it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you just have to shut things down and kind of wait it out and,
Yes.
be
So this
patient.
why they extended in 1 month.
Right.
Yeah, and I believe if it's will keep growing, they will start to they will have another month.
Right.
Yeah. So it's now and it's until we are locked until June 1st.
Till June
Yeah.
1st. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully by then they can stop and they can announce happily that they had whatever a week without cases.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they can reopen the economy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the economy here is very export oriented.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a disaster for this little island.
So speaking to that, about some countries, a lot of countries around the world are facing pressure to reopen their economies. I mean, specifically here in America, but certainly globally, everybody is suffering. Is that wise? Are there any countries that you think are in an okay enough position to reopen, or does everybody really need to wait a bit longer?
Look, I think personally, yeah, it should be, for example, in America, it should be state-based, yeah, not federal decision.
Mm.
Yeah, every state should see case by case what they want to open, what they want to leave closed,
Mm.
what is more dangerous to open, and what is less dangerous that it will suddenly hit a second wave.
Right.
Yeah, New York should definitely stay locked for business at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just too crowded.
Yeah.
Yeah, and going to work in Wall Street or somewhere else. Yeah, this is a kind of a foreprogrammed. If
Mm.
people are not careful enough and holding the social distance, yeah, that it's going to hit New York again.
Yeah.
Something you don't want.
Absolutely
Yeah,
not. Yeah.
I would say small density countries that have high infections
Mm.
rates um, should, especially those in the third world, yeah, the third world, uh, should ask for IMF support, IFC support, World Bank support, yeah, to hold the economy flooded,
Mm.
yeah, until they can get it and rebalance it, yeah. I believe that countries that are not so populated and have a lot of space, like Australia,
Yeah.
shouldn't have a problem to open the industry and the economy.
Right.
Yeah. And what worries me is China. They open the economy to show to the world how great they are.
Right.
Yeah. But we are hearing every day that there is new cases. And now the north very cold provinces are hit by the COVID-19. Yeah. Including Inner Mongolia. Yeah. It's actually a couple of provinces that didn't had anything.
Really?
Until the economy reopened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I mean, that shows you that they needed to, wait longer. They weren't ready.
Exactly. And then the very south, Guangdong province, got hit again, second wave. In Wuhan, there is, I don't want to confirm it, but there is rumors that they throw people from hospitals, yeah, just to show that they are COVID-19 free so they can open the economy. Yeah.
Wow.
And only when people start to go on social media, yeah, the hospitals back off and took the people again in.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and this is the problem when you have a country that doesn't care for its population just to preserve power.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what's happened. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
We're in a tough situation because of it, and it's
yeah.
hard when there's a country where we're not even sure what's the truth, what's not the truth, and
exactly.
part of how it spread so much, and as you know, is because China took so long to even let people know that this was a thing and that this was spreading. Everybody could have been more prepared.
And you see, this is the craziness. Taiwan on the 31st of December alarmed the WHO
right
with a letter, yeah, about human to human infections.
Right.
And basically, under pressure of China, they suppressed the letter, yeah, and didn't inform the members.
It's outrageous.
Yeah? And
outrageous.
And I can tell you, I wouldn't say I know it, but I can guess it, yeah, that Trump ban, yeah, for Chinese, the warning came from the embassy in Taiwan. That they got the information from the government in Taiwan and said, the government in Taiwan, tell to the president, your president, he should lock down America.
Wow.
And doesn't let Chinese to travel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you're saying that you block it before the first infected person known in the US, it can just through outside communication.
Absolutely.
You are not Donald Trump and not the Democrats, yeah, are fortune tellers.
No,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I believe that Taiwan done kind of a service, yeah,
absolutely,
to the administration by informing after they saw that the WHO doesn't do his work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The WHO really let us down.
Yes.
Information and masks are the two most important commodities, I'd say, in this
absolutely
crisis. So on the topic of economies, reopening and money, I know you've made your medical equipment cheaper so that more people can access it, but
yes.
How much longer can you afford to do that? Are you concerned about your own company's well-being?
Let me tell you something, because we have 4 pillars, yeah, and we have very advanced technology, for example, in energy, yeah, and we was about to ship actually to Brazil 5.1 megawatt of our solar energy, yeah, and then the COVID-19 basically stopped us,
right.
Yeah, so I'm less worried about the company situation long term, but short term is definitely will be a burden on me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, on my finance, because I'm financing everything. We are investor free. I finance everything so far.
Congrats.
Yeah. So and I got to my head that I'm going to make this company a unicorn without outside cash. Yeah. To prove to investors that we approached before. Yeah. That it was a mistake not to come and put money in.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So because I must tell you, I have a brilliant team, very supportive team.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I give them I would say at least 75% of the credit for what's happening right now. Um, and they're great guys, very smart guys, and they're playing with me. Yeah. Um, and I haven't heard anybody complaining. Yeah, we didn't cut salaries, so we are paying full to people.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't save any penny. Yeah, to make sure we are active. Yeah, I'm working with my team 20 to 26 hours a day. Yeah, my days are extended to 26 sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, which mean basically, yeah, I'm going to sleep sometimes. Uh, I'm waking up one day at 6 o'clock and going in the next day 8 o'clock in the morning to sleep. Yeah, and we are doing this, all of us, including my team. We are doing it uh, since the beginning of the crisis, so quite a while. And the only days that we can really relax, it's Saturday, Sunday, halfway relax.
Right.
When I say relax, is getting more than 2-3 hours sleep.
Sleep.
Yeah, yeah. So and I'm very proud of my team and the efforts that they are putting in. Yeah,
Absolutely.
we have and it's proof to us that our work is heard everywhere. We got an offer now from West Virginia to come to build factories for medical equipment and renewable energy.
Wow.
Yeah, with excellent terms. Yeah, I wouldn't say because people will start to jealous. Yeah, but we got extremely good conditions. Yeah,
Yeah.
from West Virginia, and we are
Mhm.
very grateful. And we are in the process now to finalize agreements, and hopefully we can open our first factory where we will produce masks, yeah, surgical and N95, yeah, all medical grade in the United States, yeah, for the U.S. market, but also for the Latin American market, yeah,
Yeah.
and and then we will go from there, and we will build the ventilators in the U.S. and a couple of other stuff,
Sure.
yeah.
Sure.
So we would like really to spread our wings in different continents, yeah,
Of course.
to be able to supply the market with what its need, not just from Asia, from the distance, but really locally,
Yeah.
yeah. We have a small team already in the US, very strong team that helping us, yeah. Although they are not here, they're they're doing their parts.
Yeah.
And one of them is in New Hampshire, sitting working from home in New Hampshire. Yeah, an amazing guy. Yeah, he's always said to me, as long as you don't go to sleep, I'm not going to sleep.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah, yeah, and for me, this is show me uh, a lot of about people.
Yeah,
The people are seeing things done, yeah, and they're following that without to complain, without
absolutely.
any, yeah. And I said to my team, listen, no matter what will happen, how much money we will do, how much money we will not do, yeah. The most important thing, people will remember this company for one thing. We wanted to help,
Right, right.
yeah, and
Yeah,
we done our best to help as much as we can,
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And my team is, by the way, my team is, I have, I think, 9 or 10 ethnicities, yeah, and about 20 nationalities,
mm.
yeah. So it's very diverse team. We have women also in the team, a lot of women. I'm a big believer, yeah.
Yeah,
If you want to be successful, you need to have some women, yeah,
absolutely. Of course.
in your leadership, in
Certainly.
leadership position,
Certainly.
yeah, because I think women can motivate even men to excel, yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, no,
yeah,
you certainly need women in leadership positions, and you need diversity. You need people from all sorts of backgrounds and perspectives to, share their knowledge and help us in those
absolutely,
situations.
absolutely, absolutely. We are, we have a couple of advisors, doctors that are telling us also about other things that we are developing, because this healthcare division will develop also a platform, healthcare platform, yeah, based completely on blockchain,
Mm,
yeah. And it's actually, we are preparing a proposal to the White House, yeah, that will enable every citizen in the US without Obamacare or Trump care or whatever, yeah, to have his dignity and have his health insurance,
mm,
and according to his needs and
yeah.
according to his pocket, yeah. And he will be the master on his data, yeah, not the
Wow.
doctors and not the hospitals.
Right. Right. It'd be,
Uh,
blockchain. Yeah.
and you will be able to, as a patient, to decide, do I want the keep going and swallowing chemicals, or I want to try alternative medicine,
Right.
alternative healings, yeah. So
Yeah.
we will embed um, in this platform all sorts of alternative medicine,
Mm,
yeah, like Chinese medicine, uh, cannabis, conventional medicine,
sure.
yeah. We
Sure.
will let people basically decide, and this will come very good, I believe, by insurance company,
Yeah.
because it will save them billions of dollars, yeah. And it will save also to the federal and local and state governments a lot of money, yeah.
I'd like to believe that. I think one of the issues we have in America is the insurance companies have such a stranglehold on the healthcare system. It's made prices, very expensive. Obviously, the healthcare industry is incredibly complicated, but I mean,
Yeah, but I
it's
think
hard.
the biggest beneficiary, yeah, and the people that really the biggest lobbyist in this area is actually not the insurer. Insurance companies have to have the premium so high because the doctors and the pharmaceutical are like a mafia,
Mm,
yeah, because the pharmaceutical sales guy will go and say to the doctor, hey, try this drug on your patient, yeah. And like this, they have the case study to go to the FDA to approval,
right.
yeah. So it costs to the insurance companies billions of dollars, so they can't reduce the costs,
Right.
yeah. And if I can convince the insurance companies, yeah, that alternative medicine will reduce the cost, yeah, and will break the monopoly of pharmaceutical, yeah, I believe yeah, we're in the right direction to give every citizen in this planet a proper and human healthcare.
I would love that.
Yeah,
That'd be a wonderful thing. I mean, there's so many people who really need better health care and they don't have it, even if they're in a first world country and a third world country, the health care
absolutely, absolutely.
globally.
Again, I need to mention Taiwan again because they have in Asia the best healthcare system I ever saw. Yeah, so we will work with we will look into their healthcare and try to apply it in Asia. Yeah, but to take the healthcare, yeah, and try to build it together, to puzzle it together with the Western healthcare system, the best healthcare system in the West, yeah, and then present it out to countries like US and other countries.
That'd be wonderful.
Because at the end of the day, after this virus, we can go from the point, regardless how wealthy you are, your country is, the healthcare system is bankrupt.
Yeah, agreed.
So that will be a good time to bring a new healthcare system to this
Totally.
planet.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And on the topic of the antibody tests and a vaccine, what have you heard in terms of that? Is there any headway on that? Do you think the antibody test and people donating antibodies who have recovered from this virus, will that be effective? Or do we need to wait for a vaccine? And how far along are we on a vaccine? Do you know anything on that?
I think we are, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, yeah, we are about at least 12 months from vaccine. Everybody that says, oh, in 6 months I will have this, they maybe have sample to test, and they will test it on serious ill patients
Right.
that doesn't have nothing to lose, and they will use it, especially in the US, this Trump initiative, yeah, try and whatever, yeah,
Yeah,
and see if you will survive it or not, yeah.
I know. Yeah, you can't really listen to too much that he has to say. A lot of these cures that he's suggesting are actually things that will make you sicker. So,
Yeah. So this is, I think that they will go for it in 6 months, yeah. But between that and really having a solid vaccine,
yeah,
I think, and I grew up with two doctors at home, yeah, and I believe, yeah, they don't even hell know the source of this virus, how they want to develop to something that unknown, a vaccine,
right.
yeah. Uh, and this is why they're experimenting with different medication right now. And by some patient it's working, some patient is not working,
Right.
yeah. So they're having different methods, yeah. Different companies are bringing different medication to test, yeah. But I don't think so we are in the golden point to say we have something stable that really help and achieve, let's say, 90% success.
Okay.
We are far away from that, I think, for doing this claim, yeah.
Right. Well, I appreciate you, letting me know that there's so much different information out there. It can be hard to, know exactly where we are in terms of the status of, the vaccines and these antibody tests. So I appreciate that. And I know
Sure.
you're working, as you said, 20 hours, sometimes 26 hours a day. Of course, that's incredibly noble, and I'm proud of you for doing that. But I'm concerned because, part of what keeps your immune system sharp is a good amount of sleep. So, what are you doing to make sure you stay healthy and you don't contract this?
I'm doing a lot of sports recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost a lot of weight in
Good.
the last 8 weeks, which is good.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm sleeping quite well in the weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting a decent amount of sleep
Mm-hmm.
that helped me to survive the week, the 5 days week. Yeah, and So I'm eating. I always eat healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I eat every breakfast is oatmeal. Yeah,
Good.
with fruits. Yeah,
Good.
and my and I cook. I'm Italian by nature,
Mm.
and yeah, so I'm cooking a lot with the olive oil. Yeah,
Good.
yeah, which is
Good.
healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got my family, my grandparents to be 112 and 104. So
Wow.
yeah,
That's
so
incredible.
you can't be wrong on that.
No, you
Yeah,
can't. That's incredible.
yeah, and I'm trying to eat a lot of vegetables, obviously.
Good. Good.
Yeah, so I'm trying to live healthy, um, or in unhealthy times. Yeah,
Absolutely. Well, we need
yeah,
you to be healthy, and we need you to stay healthy. Any further thoughts on COVID and coronavirus and how it's affected you? I mean, you've told me a lot here, but I don't want to take up too much
yeah.
more time. I know it's late for you in
Sure.
Singapore. It's almost
No,
11
no, no.
p.m.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, basically, um, the only effect that I have from that is that I am in time very exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, as I said, I'm not doing it to uh, become the next Bill Gates or whatever. Yeah.
Mhm.
I really care about things. Yeah. And, um, and this is what motivates me every day. Every person that I feel I helped with our support, our company support, it's for us is a blessing. Yeah,
Absolutely.
and uh, and I hope we can help more people. Yeah, we put a bet, uh, five bids for the for Italian hospitals. Hopefully, we will win one of them.
Mm.
If we will win more of them, it's good. It's even
Right.
better, so we can help. We can help more.
Right.
Yeah, but unfortunately, some governments are choosing to go for the cheap stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then when they're getting the cheap stuff, they're regretting that they took the cheap stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, but then it's too late. Yeah, so let's see. And the bid's supposed to be um, given by I think by tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, because the 15 is the delivery time, so
Mm.
they don't have a lot of time to think about it.
Right. They got to
Yeah,
move on this. Yeah.
they need to move in it. So we will see. We will see how it works for us
Mm.
and how we can help Italian as well. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was surprised when I wrote first time. I got very quickly a response from the defense minister, and he was directing me to this platform and said to me, listen, go to this platform and file your company and what you can help with. Yeah. And so I'm very grateful for him. Yeah. That he answer first of all.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't answer.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
because I believe they are overwhelmed with the work enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Completely.
so yeah, so I'm hopeful that we will keep going and we will keep doing what we are doing right now, and hopefully we will have good news, and we can post good news in our LinkedIn page and in other pages
Yeah.
that we have on Instagram, that some success stories that people, government are sending us,
Absolutely.
that our help done. Yeah, and this is for me the best reward. If a minister called me and said to me, "Hey, thank you so much. Yeah, um, it was really helpful how you guys acted
Mm.
quickly and help us." Yeah, because the problem is that they're getting a lot. I just got a message yesterday that the UK are sitting on what 400 or 500 default wrong ventilators that was sending them from China.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
that can basically doctors saying it can kill a patient, not help a patient to breathe.
Wow. Wow. What
Yes.
happened with that? It was just a faulty ventilator made in China?
It's a it's the wrong, it's not ICU ventilators.
Ah,
Because there is ICU ventilators and there is ventilators that you can use just in nursing homes.
I
And
see.
I'm going from the point, they didn't publish which ventilator they got, but I'm going from the point that it's a nursing home.
Right. Not the
Yeah,
one that they need.
ventilators
Right.
instead of, and in nursing home, the oxygen pressure and all the others is totally different
Mm,
than ICU.
right.
Yeah. So this is also, this is the great thing that you're doing stuff like this is you're learning a lot
Yeah.
in the process. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
On this industry. Yeah. And this is also for us a learning curve. Yeah. As a company. Yeah.
Absolutely.
To be able to become better and better and better and better.
Well, you are doing an excellent job. You're doing amazing work. I mean, I thank you so much for getting masks and ventilators and all this equipment to countries and people who need it, because it's you know, it's a time in this world where we need great people to do great things, and you know, it's wonderful to talk to you and to meet you firsthand and hear about these stories.
Yes, yes, and I hope when all this madness is over, yeah, and I'm in New York, because actually I have family in New Jersey, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then, yeah, and so we can meet in person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I would love that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you, Dr. Lee. I really appreciate it. I
Yeah.
thank you for giving me your time. I know it was late for you there, but it was
No worries.
it was
Yeah. No
wonderful.
worries. My pleasure.